Hello and welcome to this video. This evening I'm going to hopefully try and video some hedgehogs. So what I was hoping to do is to see how many I'm actually getting in just recently. There seems to be quite a bit of activity. You can hear them from the bedroom in the evenings just as it becomes dusk, so I thought it would be a good idea to take a little bit of footage and actually see how many we're getting. Unfortunately, they've been in massive decline over the last couple of years, since about 2020 in the UK, so anything we can do to help is just a massive important thing. So one of the things that I've done is in my fence here is to cut or openings so that they can access the back garden, which is quite important. So they can come in and help the gardener out really, because what they can do is they'll eat the snails and the bugs and all the things that the gardener would like to try and eradicate, but do it in a natural way. So they're very, very good for that. Another thing we can do is what I do is especially this in the summer, is to give them some water. And some food. Cat food is what they like, cat biscuits. You can hear them crunching away on that. So what I'm going to try and do this evening, I've set up my A7 III, which is a full frame camera, because it's got a big sensor, a full frame sensor. So with a lens which is a constant aperture 2.8 lens, so they can get in a lot of light. I'm going to try and light it a little bit more with some candles. I fancy just a little bit of natural ambient light, sort of flame light. I think it's going to be quite nice. So I've got it on the iFootage foot. I did try and review that a couple of videos ago, so I've got that working. I'm going to control it from my iPad, so I'm going to control it remotely. So this particular camera, the A7 III, has got Wi-Fi, so I've downloaded the imaging app, which is a Sony imaging app, which means I can look to see exactly what I've got on the back of the camera, and hopefully as they come through the hole into the garden, I can then remotely start the camera off. I can actually operate it from the kitchen. The Wi-Fi range is sufficient to do that, but I'm going to probably just sit up the top of the garden and enjoy the evening. So yeah, let's see what comes. I've got everything set. All we're going to do now is wait for dusk and see how many come in. We didn't have to wait long for the first hedgehog to arrive. They're quite solitary. They have a area on which they regularly travel, and they can travel up to over 2 miles in an evening, visiting in urban areas like this, visiting one garden to another to try and source their food. If they have quite a regular food source like this, then you will get more than one come in at a time. Like I say, they tend to be quite solitary, so they're not that tolerant of other hedgehogs being in close proximity. They will tolerate them, but they get too close, they get quite protective, especially over their sort of food source. So as you can see here, another one comes in. It was interesting how the first one became quite still, even before the hedgehog came in. So yeah, you'll probably hear that huffing noise, which is quite distinctive and quite loud actually. So what with the crunching of the eating and the huffing, they're actually quite noisy animals. So you can see here, the guy here is quite dominant and sort of pushed the other two out of the way. Like I say, to get 3, for us anyway, to get 3 in the garden all at the same time is quite unusual. I suspect they're after, sort of the food and the water. This is what's attracted them. Generally speaking, I would put the bowls further apart, so that you tend not to get the clash between them, because as I say, it's only when they're in sort of close proximity to each other that they start to sort of get a little bit antsy. But you tend to find if I watch them for a period of time, they'll do then sort of come out of their little balls and then start to feed. They sort of sort themselves out, or one will leave, and then the others will carry on feeding. So another time when they can be really quite vocal is when sort of males and females meet in readiness to mate. They tend to sort of circle each other and both, again, quite vocal, do some huffing. They're interesting animals. They don't keep to one partner. They'll move around throughout the summer period. And they could be mating with several other hedgehogs as they move around in their area. So I have a hedgehog house, if you like, of which I've never had them hibernate within it, but I have had them spend the time during the day, so I'm assuming they'll travel round. So you don't necessarily see the same ones each night. They'll travel round, like I say, quite a large area. And I think when I've had them in the hedgehog house is when they've come close to dawn and they're in the garden in my vicinity, if you like. Then they know they can go there, spend the day, and then as soon as dusk comes, they're off out again. So a group of hedgehogs like this would be called an array of hedgehogs, and the young are called hoglets. They don't have particularly good eyesight, but they do have very good sense of smell and a very good sense of hearing. Well, I hope you have liked this video. If you have, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.